3,
I'm staying
2,
out of that conversation.
1.
Like Zoe, mama, I go
Relentless.
What up, Zoe?
Relentless.
What up, Zoe?
Zoe is chilling. Trey is chilling. What more can I say?
Ew, don't ever stop. No, because I know he's right now. Because I know he's gonna get
freestyle.
Tresor going to start fucking rapping.
No, you start rapping.
I
I'll
don't
beatbox.
rap. No,
So
go
I
ahead.
think we need a verse.
You need to. At some
I
point,
promise
I'm
you.
gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah,
Zoe
yeah.
to rap.
So I can invest myself and we have
No,
no more
we're gonna bring you
subscribers.
to the studio and you're gonna make a song.
Yeah,
yes, it's gonna happen.
All right.
I'm putting that out right now. We're
Maybe
making
one
Zoe
day.
make a song.
Maybe one day. You know, people see me on
Shoot a
road.
whole video and everything.
Not happening.
Yes.
No. Maybe
Same
you'll
day.
get me recorded. If I get drunk, maybe. But we're not recording a music video.
So what would your type of music be? Are you going like Lauryn Hill conscious or City
No.
Girls ratchet?
I'm going City Girls for sure. I'm going
Meg,
like
City
I'm going like
Girls?
Nicki Minaj
Imagine
Smuggle
Zoe though, like
bricks to China.
Yeah.
With the,
with a
Like-
thick vagina.
I'm gonna start crying if Zoe starts talking about having a thick vagina.
you're not gonna do no how you gonna win if you ain't right within. No,
Exactly.
no spiritual conscious message to
About
the
the pink
young sisters out there.
Lamborghini just to race with
No,
China.
Iggy Azalea.
No, I don't
Tie
like
your
her.
marks. Win, I win. Win, I win.
Fuck you. Anyways, maybe if I get drunk one day.
We're gonna
But
do it.
Point is, I'm not doing a music video. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, people, people say like when so this has become a real thing, and I enjoy it. So now when I go, like every time I go out, people like stop me and they're like, "Oh, I see you on TikTok. You have a podcast." I really
starting.
enjoy that. It's starting. And it starts to make, like, I think we talked about this before. It gives me anxiety a little bit, but literally, like, every time I step out, whether it's like a small event or a big event, someone. And like I was even with Giselle, like we went to like a little like gathering, and a girl was like, "Oh, like hey, like you're the podcast girl." She came into this like party we were at, and Giselle was like, "Famous." And I was like, "Bro, it's actually like people know like it happens all the time." So
I don't go out often, and it's
Thanks,
happened
y'all.
1-2 times to me too. So yeah.
yeah, well, it
Okay.
happens to Tresor all the
Oh
time.
my God,
that's his everyday life.
I've learned from like a couple years ago that like I can't go out looking dusty anymore because
Facts.
majority of the time like someone recognizes me. But like you said, it can be kind of anxious because sometimes it's like people are staring at you
Yeah.
and you're like, do they know? I don't want to assume that people know me, but it's like, yo, like what's going on? And like a group of hoodmans is staring at me and it's like, do they know me or are they trying to rob me? Like what's
Yeah.
going on? That's happened to me a few times.
That's a
like,
dilemma. Yeah.
I've walked by, me and TC, it was like late night after a show. We were walking outside of a venue. It was like 6 hoodmans. One of them was like, yo. I'm like, yo, just keep walking. He's like, yo. I'm like, yo, just keep walking. TC stops, turns around. I'm like, oh my God, we're getting robbed. He's like, yo, you're that funny, you Elias. Whew. Yes, that's me. It happens all
You're
the
not
time.
funny you to lie. That's fucking
That's
hilarious.
still, I'd still be. And what of it? Like,
And what about it?
you that funny you? Like that's still a little.
You can't. And you can't show any aggression towards the hood, man. So you have to act like you're their friends. I learned that from high school. You have to make friends with all the hoodmans.
Yeah.
I don't know why
yeah,
you'd want to show aggression towards hoodmans regardless. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
That's true. But the wildest part is when I'm like traveling now. Like people are recognizing me out of town. Like
I haven't traveled to America since the podcast got like this level of big. Like I've been to like Mexico, but I don't think we got that many downloads in Mexico. Plus, I feel like a lot of people in Mexico.
someone recognized me in Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were they from Mexico though? Or were
No,
they? Oh,
they were
okay, yeah,
from
that's
the
what I mean.
States.
Yeah. So I feel like if I get recognized in the States whenever I go, I feel like that'll be like a wow moment for me. Like I'll be like, oh my God, this is crazy. That's good. I like that. But before we get into the fun stuff, I just wanted to make like a quick statement about what's happening in Ukraine right now. Obviously, like the overarching message is that we obviously don't want any conflict or any war, and we're really hoping that it doesn't get taken to that where innocent civilians lose their lives. But what is disheartening that a lot of people are seeing now is that, which I didn't know actually until recently. I didn't know that there were so many Africans and Caribbean students that are in Ukraine on foreign exchange programs. I had no idea that was like a thing, especially a thing of like that magnitude. So when I was hearing that African and Caribbean people were like being, what's it called? Experienced racism at the borders trying to cross over to Poland, that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? And it's like, people always say when I bring up, because you know me, I'm very like pro-black. And when I bring up things about race all the time, people are like, oh, everything's not about race. Even when I talked about like our last episode about Flow 93.5 and people tried to school me like, oh, Flow's not canceled. First of all, Flow is not Flow anymore. My mom, no one from Flow is on 98.7. Blake Carter's not there. Peter Cash is not there. No one is there. So therefore, Flow 95 does not exist. People are trying to be like, oh no, it's not. If none of the people who are on Flow or on 98.7, clearly the station does not exist anymore. Clearly the name was just taken over because they're not playing hip hop music. They're playing calypso and reggae and soca. That's not the same demographic, right? So clearly Flow 93.5 is not a thing.
They did a ship
Period.
of Theseus to Flow. You know what that is?
They did a what, sorry?
The ship of Theseus. You ever heard of that
No.
concept?
No, I've never heard of that.
The ship of Theseus is this old Roman like story about how there was this big boat, this famous boat or whatever, and they had to rebuild it because like the wood in it was getting damaged. And the way that they rebuilt it was one panel at a time. They would take one piece of wood and replace it with a new one. And then it kind of creates this like catch-22 like debate. Like after you've replaced every single old piece with a new piece and it looks the exact same how it was with new pieces in there, is it still the same ship?
Anyways,
He gets
it. But back to the point is, people were like, oh, you know, because I talk about, like I said, I'm pro-black. I talk about, you know, how people try to push out black culture, appropriate black culture. People are like, oh, everything's not about race. When I see shit like this proves my argument that yes, everything always comes down to being about race, and that is because white people, or a majority of white people, or not to say majority, a good amount of white people exhibit racism in times where racism should not even be, like it just shouldn't even exist. You know what I mean? So your country is literally being invaded, right? You people are losing their lives. There's explosions and whatever, and you still, instead of trying to get everyone to safety, you are really looking at black people saying, nah. First of all, 9 times out of 10, a black person not even fucking from Ukraine, okay? They're here because they went to school, whatever. So you really try to say, no, you have to stay here, but let every other Ukrainian white person on this train, but you, Negro, gotta stay over there. That's fucking crazy to me.
Crazy.
And the thing is, so regardless, I hope everyone, regardless of your race, is safe, but I really hope that every African or Caribbean or exchange student did make it to safety, whether you went to Poland, Romania, or whatever bordering countries that there are, because to face racism on top of the country that you're living in being under attack is absolutely insane. And I don't think people understand that feeling, I think, of helplessness that probably comes with that. But like I said, that's still, my argument is still, everything always comes down to race at the end of the day, because white people always make it about it. And then they get mad when black people speak about it. And this is prime example number one. Or not even, it's prime example, period. Because literally, how do you have time to be racist in a time where you're literally physically being threatened by a crazy world leader? Not even world leader, a crazy, whatever. Is he a world? I guess he's considered a world leader. He runs as president of Russia.
First world
is Russia considered first world? I don't know.
They got money, like
they do, but I don't know if I don't know. But regardless of that, yes, he is a world leader. So this world leader who has literally threatened your country and North America, right? They're literally invading your country as we speak. I'm sure that there are North Americans, or Canada and the US, have very vocally said that they're helping Ukraine and supporting Ukraine, right? And obviously with that, there's a lot of diversity in North America. So I'm sure you're having people of all colors speak out to help your country. Yet you want to dismiss the black people who need to get to safety. And they're not even fucking from your country. They're just here.
Yeah.
It's prayers for everybody in Ukraine, man. That's
prayers for
crazy.
everybody, yes. But also like,
you know, it's like kind of, I guess, close to home for us.
100%.
No. I mean, for like the Ukraine situation, they were actually our 10th most listened to country.
Right? That's what I thought. And I looked at that. Yeah, we have a lot of listeners in Ukraine.
And it made me realize there's black people
and
in Ukraine.
The thing is, I don't know if they're black people listening. Maybe, most likely.
Probably.
It's most likely black people in Ukraine listening.
Probably.
But if there are Black people listening in Ukraine this episode right now, I really hope that you didn't have to experience that. And if you did, I'm genuinely sorry. And, you know, I just hope that this doesn't put any hate in your heart. And I hope that you're now in safety and, you know, I mean, be vocal about it. But the most important thing is that you're safe. But I think that's crazy. I don't know what I would do in that situation.
Bro, I follow someone on TikTok like that just makes skits, like just a random African guy that makes skits. And he's over there. He said him and his girl went for like a vacation to Ukraine and boom, war. Now you're stuck and they have to take a 20-some hour train ride to try to get out. I'm like, yo, that is, you just tried to go on a vacation.
Yeah.
You didn't know nothing was happening. You tried to go on a vacation. Now
but I feel like it's been brewing for a long time for them not to know that this was eventually going to go somewhere. Because they've been talking about this Ukraine conflict for quite some time. So I don't know when they booked this last
Yeah, but you don't know the day that
but
they're going to make sanctions and like carry them
I know,
out,
but
though,
for example, like I'm not going anywhere
going.
if there's threatening. Like if a country's threatening this country, I'm not going there anytime soon at all.
Word.
At all. But regardless, yeah, I just wanted to get that off. I thought that was, I saw the videos and like people were like physically stopping like the students, visibly black people only from getting on. So that bothered me. So I just needed to say that regardless, but prayers up. But regardless of that, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome back. What do we want to talk about first? Do we talk about your our money conversation?
Sure.
Sure. Because you look like you had a lot to say off air, so I feel like
Yeah, well, basically,
had a lot to
guys,
say.
what we were talking about, we were talking about clothes. And when I was in Miami, any of you guys that follow me on social media, I posted this Dior jacket, a monogram. Is that the correct term? I think it's a monogram. I just be using words. A Dior monogram.
Using words.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
A Dior monogram baby blue jacket. I want that jacket so bad, and I have for a while. And this was the first time I actually saw it in person. I put it on. It's my size, everything. But I'm like, yo, am I really gonna spend like $3,000 on a jacket? And I'm like, yo, I couldn't bring myself to do that. And Zoe was like, yeah, like if you really, really have the money, it doesn't matter. Because I was saying it's a bad financial decision. Because technically speaking, whether you have the money or not, it's not really a good financial decision. But you're just deciding to make the bad financial decision. There's no way you can justify a $3,000 jacket, even if you have the money. It's a bad decision.
This is where I disagree, because I feel like if you have the money and that money is not going to affect your savings or your bills or whatever, and you have enough to eat and survive or whatever you need to do, but I think you could buy the fucking jacket.
No, you can, but you're just choosing to make the bad financial decision.
But how is that a bad financial decision?
Because if you're just looking at like what it is, like a jacket and the cost versus the quality of jackets, this $3,000 jacket is not worth, air quotations, $3,000 in terms of the quality and the warmth and what makes a jacket
almost
a good jacket.
Nothing that we buy is worth the price that we pay.
That's true, but this Dior jacket versus like what? Some random jacket, like a North Face or something. What is the big difference between just the logo, like the design, like the logo?
But my thing
so
is,
it's not a good decision, but you're still gonna get it because you want it.
My thing is, I've seen a lot of niggas, especially when niggas talk about when it comes to bottle service, and this is a red flag for me, because
Fiscally
niggas
irresponsible decisions.
Don't worry, with me, I understand bottle service is expensive as fuck. I'm not gonna hold you. I've seen bottle service prices. That shit's expensive, right? But I'm like. So my thing
that is a bad financial decision.
It's
Fiscally
not
irresponsible.
because
no way.
Stop. Listen. This is my argument. I've seen a lot of niggas like, oh, these niggas out here buying bottles like $4 bottles, just a waste of money, blah blah blah. If you have the money, it's not a waste of money. They're like, oh, even if I was a millionaire, I'm not buying no $500. But yes, the fuck you are.
See, now that's a different
I hate
conversation.
that when guys like, oh, even if I was a millionaire, I'm not spending my money on that. Yes,
yeah.
you
I agree with
are.
That's a lie. You are gonna do it.
You are.
Gonna do it. But that's still two
if
things
you
can be
had
true.
$100,000 in your savings and you wanted to pop a $400 bottle, you're going to fucking do it.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I also agree that it's still a bad financial decision.
To who though?
just in general. Because
Even
this
if you're a
bottle-
millionaire, there's a bad financial decision.
Yeah, but
When-
you're just choosing to make the bad financial decision. It's not going to affect
For
you.
sure.
This bottle is $30, and I'm buying it for $200.
What bottle
That's-
is $30 that's 200 in the club?
What?
Every bottle.
Captain?
No.
Captain Morgan or something.
They have
I don't
Captain
know.
Morgan in the club?
I don't. You're getting
Appleton.
too specific.
Did Appleton in the club?
I've seen it.
Okay, for
Let's
example,
say a Henny.
a
Henny's
bottle
like
of Henny.
$60.
No, Henny's I think probably
An
like 80 or
LCBO.
90.
A regular Henny is
Yes.
not $90.
It's like $80.
Yeah, it's like $80.
Yeah, it's like
Because
80.
Casamigos now a 7.
Did they raise the price?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, okay. So the first time I saw a 1 liter or the 750. Wait, what's the standard Casamigos? The one that everyone has.
I don't know.
I don't know the millions. Either way,
think
the
it's
first time I saw the large one was in Atlanta, and I'm like, bro, I didn't even know they made them in that size. That's fucking crazy because we didn't have them
It's
over
like a
here.
1.5.
I don't know, but it was fucking huge. My girl came to the crib like, and I'm like, bitch, who's drinking that? Because that's fucking massive. So recently, my boy posted that Canada or wherever LCBO he was at has that extra large Casamigos, and it's $200 in LCBO.
Yeah, so that in the club is going to be like $600.
That's what I'm saying. But a regular Casamigos, but you're saying, so a regular Casamigos is like 89.
Yeah.
So in the club, probably like 200, 300. So there's no $30 bottle that's 200 in the club. That
Okay,
markup,
but still-
that
but
doesn't know.
That's still a huge markup from $80 to $200.
But remember, you're paying for the service. You're paying for the women that are coming. You're paying for a section in the
Yeah.
club. You're
And
paying
that's-
for the convenience.
and
You're paying
that's
for a
still-
spot to sit.
That's still a bad financial decision. You're just choosing to make the decision. It's not going to affect you, and you're
I
still
think
gonna
if you're a
do it.
millionaire, it's not a bad financial decision.
Okay, but like,
if
think
you're a
of-
millionaire,
Think about it on a smaller scale, though. Like, like just sort of look at something, maybe like shoes or something. If you can afford to buy a resale pair of Jordan 1s, which would be like maybe $500-$600, if you can afford that, and it's usually a $200 retail shoe, is that a bad financial decision? If like you really want those shoes?
Yeah, I just don't care. That's the like.
but when I think of bad financial decision, I think of I don't know where my next meal's coming from.
You think
or
of something
I don't
that's
know.
gonna like put you under.
Yeah, it's gonna put me under. If it's not putting me under in any way, I don't consider that a bad financial decision.
Because I think about like when I bought a pair of Jordans and I had to save up money to be able to do it, but it felt worth it to me and I felt like a good decision because wearing them was worth it. Like it made me feel good. And that's like, I guess what you started with fashion, like
Yeah.
that jacket is supposed to make you feel like $3,000, and if
Yeah.
it does, is that not worth it? Is that
It
not
can-
a good decision
See,
then?
this is I want you guys to like listen to this clearly.
Wait,
Everyone,
I think you went out. You gotta say that again.
Yeah, my elbow hit something.
everyone that's listening, I want you guys to hear this clearly. This is my main thesis. Two things can be true. Yes, if I have the money to afford this $3,000 jacket or this $1,000 bottle in the club, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna not buy it. I'm still gonna buy it. But it's not a smart decision because that thing that you're buying, is it worth that money? Even if it's worth it to you, is this item actually worth this dollar amount?
But like I
If it's
said,
not,
everything we buy is not technically worth the money that we buy,
yeah, but then you have to look at
or
like
worth the money that we use to buy it.
yes, but you have to look at the average of things, like average of that item, It's like, okay, how can I make this simpler? Okay, it's like if we were in school, right? And you needed a pencil. Usually you could get a pack of 50 pencils at the dollar store for like $3 or something, right? So you're at school, we're about to do a test. You need a pencil. I have pencils. And you're like, yo, can I have a pencil? I'm like, you have to buy it from me. You're like, all right, how much? And I'm like, $100. Are you gonna buy the pencil? Even if you're a millionaire, you have the $100 to give me. You know the pencil is $1 or $5. You need the pencil right now. It's not a bad decision because you need it. You need this pencil to write this test because you're gonna fail. But you're not gonna buy it because you're like, why is this pencil $100 when I could buy it for $5 somewhere else? That's the same. Why is this bottle $300 when I could buy it at the LCBO for $80, just in a different scenario?
Yes, but But I'm saying you're paying for more than just the bottle and bottles. I think that's a poor example because just the bottle and bottles, you're not just paying just for the bottle. Like I said, you're paying for the service, you're paying for the section, you're paying for.
But the section price is different from the bottle.
No, if you go to a club, it's like, oh, you need 3 bottles minimum.
Yeah, but I'm not talking. I'm talking about like
Who's buying
you're
a bottle and
bottles. No, I'm saying like
seen it.
you have. No, I'm saying a separate. I'm not saying the bottles included in your section. I'm like someone is buying a bottle. that's separate from the bottles that you get with your section.
But am I in the section?
Yeah.
Then I'm buying the bottle. What?
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not attached to the section. Like, you're buying a bottle. Like, if you had a section and I came to the club and I'm in your section and I'm buying a bottle, that's not a part of your bottles. I'm buying an extra bottle.
Yeah.
So
for us to drink.
Yeah, that's the situation that I'm talking about.
But you're in the section, though.
I'm still going to do it because I want to do it, but you know that's not a smart decision. It's like throwing money at a strip club. That's not a smart decision, but I'm going to do it because I want to do it.
Why is it not smart, though? You're paying for a service.
Yeah, but that's not. There's better things you could do with your money. That's what I'm
But to
saying.
you.
Yeah, there's better.
But there's a lot of people who have that disposable income that they don't care. Drake spends like
Exactly,
$100,000 at the strip club.
But
He does not flinch.
Is it a bad decision if Drake does it?
No, it's not.
Because like, think if
No,
Drake
it's
goes
still-
into a club and he throws $4,000. You know,
That's chump
that
change.
would be
you
that
would
would be
never do
bad
that.
for his
Drake
career.
throws
It's not a
like
bad decision.
$200K.
Exactly, right?
Okay, because the point that I'm trying to drive across is like,
And he's paying for those girls' lives, basically. And their bills. So and they're shaking their ass. They're working.
I think about it, it's like, yo, I have millions of dollars. I'm throwing 100,000 in this strip club. There's people back in my hometown who are hungry, homeless. I could have spent that 100,000 on them. That would have been a way better.
But I'm sure they also have the
financial
$100
decision.
to also spend on homeless people if they wanted to as well.
But still, this 100 that I'm throwing to these strippers, I could have gave to a single mom who hasn't had food all week.
These strippers are probably single. Some of them are probably single moms.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, it's not better.
I'm not saying it's better, but I'm saying the justifications for
still a bad
anything.
decision.
I don't think it's a
still
bad decision.
It's still.
I don't think so.
You can make the bad decisions because you can afford it, but I think it's still a bad decision. I'm still gonna do it. I'm not saying I'm not gonna do it.
Because, for example, if I'm in the club and it's my birthday, I'm like, yo, I want a bottle. I'm gonna buy a bottle, and to me, I don't think that's a bad decision. Because either I know I'm gonna get the money back, or this bottle's not hurting me financially to the point where it's like, oh, I'm out, I can't pay my bills, I can't eat. But no, it's like I had this extra $300. I'm gonna buy this bottle because I'm gonna have fun with my girls tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad
You're
decision.
in the atmosphere. It's the service,
And I would
stuff.
never consider that a
I
bad
get
decision.
That. Yeah, I do get that. I'm just talking objectively.
If I'm putting it on 3 cards, that's a bad decision.
See, but like I think it, like you're saying, it changes when there's context to the situation. Like, yeah, it's your birthday and whatever. I'm not talking about situational moments. I'm talking just objectively, just the bare bottles at clubs. I'm not talking about like
then, yeah.
your birthday. This is going on. Someone is just objectively buying a bottle at a club is not really the smartest way to use your money. That's what I'm saying. Buying a $3,000 jacket is not really the smartest way to spend $3,000. That's all I'm saying.
I think if you're rich, though, all of that can be a good decision, right?
Thank
Because
you.
then you can write it off, right?
If you got it, you got it. And if it's not hurting you, it's not hurting you. And that way, it's not a bad
Like
decision.
if you're an entertainer and you can write off strip club, days, like nights, where you blow 10 at the club for a client or something like that, then it could be a smart decision.
I'm still going to do it. I'm just saying if it's something where it's like I'm not really helping myself and I'm not helping other people, I think it starts to be kind of a bad decision. Because like in a strip club, who am I helping? The strippers?
The strippers.
You could be helping your reputation. You could be helping your
Don't look at
taxes.
them. You are helping the strippers. They're working.
Like, yeah, you are. But then, see, that's where it also gets different too. Because when you get into like nightlife specifically, and there's a lot of like money things going on and finessing going on, I think that's where it becomes different. Like, yeah, you're helping the strippers, but these strippers, their objective is to get as much money out of you as possible.
Absolutely.
So I'm not necessarily just helping the strippers. They're trying to wring me dry. If they can get me to spend my whole bank account, they're gonna get me to spend my whole bank account.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
So
that's
it's up
not
to
smart.
you. No, it's up to you to know your limits.
Yeah, but that's still not smart.
Or not even go to strip club at all.
Yes, because some people don't have free will,
And that is a bad financial decision.
Everyone knows those people that went to the strip club and got way too tapped in and blew bare money. And it's like, yeah, that's foolish. Even if you had the money, you got finessed.
No, I don't think so. It ain't tricking if you got it, bro.
It's not, but that's not what I'm saying.
But I just mean, it ain't, if you got it, it's not nothing. I don't think it's a bad financial decision. I don't think it's like, oh, I don't want to be funding these strippers. Oh, they're going to ring me dry. No, it's whatever.
I'm just saying, like, did you see the clip? It went viral recently, too, of J.R. Smith on the I Am Athlete
Yes,
podcast.
yes,
And he
I
was
did.
saying, yo, we're spending all of our monies on this, and that. We're in a strip club blowing this and that. Why don't we why have we never put our money together, put like a gym in our community? I'm paraphrasing. He said something like that. And basically it was just like, because we don't want to.
No, I agree with that 100%.
That's the angle that I'm coming from. Like, the money that we're using on these things could be put to better use. So that's not really a good decision. This $100,000 that us three spent $100,000 each in the strip club.
I'm not spending $100,000 in the strip
But
club.
I'm saying if you had it,
Go ahead.
us three, we spent $100,000 in the strip club. $300K, we all just blew.
Right.
Do you know what we could have done with $300,000 just in general?
Yeah.
How much people we could have helped, how much people we could have fed, how much people we could have put through school, people's tuitions we could have paid off. There's no way you can say that this $300,000 that we spent in the strip club is on the same level of like justification or like moral value as like paying off someone's student loans. Like, there's no way. That's why I'm saying I feel like it's a bad decision.
Okay. I mean, I see what you mean. But to me,
Yeah,
if it's
I agree in like an objective, like general
Objectively,
sense.
that's
but
what
I do
I'm
think
saying.
there are exceptions to what you're saying. You know,
Selfishly, of course, I'm going to do what I want to do. If I want to buy this $100,000 chain, I'm going to buy it.
Like,
If
you
I
ever
have
hear
it.
50 Cent say how he, like, at the end of the year will buy, like, 3 cars that are each worth, like, $150,000 just because, like, he didn't spend enough money in the year, so, like, he gets it back. At, like,
Right,
you know,
right.
like, there's ways that it can
But
make
50
sense.
Cent also said he's not like a resale sneakers type of guy. Because he's like, yo, I'm not buying a shoe for $6,000. I could get a car for $6,000, and there's no way that this shoe is worth as much as this car. So he's saying that this $6,000 shoe is a bad financial decision, and 50 Cent has the money. This shoe is not worth a car. So I could have bought this car. This $100,000 I threw in the club is not worth a house. I could have bought a house. So it's a bad decision.
I
That's what I'm saying.
see where you're coming from.
That's all I'm saying. I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it. But
Still gonna make bad decisions.
I just know, as long as you're conscious about what you're doing and you're not just like frivolously spending money, then it's okay.
So there was another conversation that I had with a gentleman that I was with recently. And like I said, it's kind of the same part I was talking about. This little thing. And he was basically kind of like, oh, if I was a billionaire, like there was no reason for me to be wifed up. I would just fuck mad bitches, right? And then all the women in our little party get together, kind of like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah. He's like, if you're a billionaire, like, why do you need like a woman? Like why do you need to be like married or whatever? Like, there's always gonna be a woman. Like, you can just have mad bitches. And I'm just like, yo, is this like what is happening in men's brains that they just think that, okay, because I have money, that equates to having access to any bitch that I want to fuck.
Well,
I mean,
Like, what? I mean, okay, yes.
is that what you're asking?
But my thing is, like, why did he equate that to, like, oh, if I'm a billionaire, I'm just going to fuck mad bitches? So you're telling me that if you're a man with money, it's okay because I have money, so I'm just fucking, because I have access to all these women now, I'm going to just go through mad bitches because I have money.
I don't think he's saying it's okay. I think that's just what he would do. I personally wouldn't do that, but like.
But wouldn't, to me, like, but doesn't that get tiring? Like, when people kind of like tag money to the, I guess, the access of women.
But that's
I
true.
understand
it's
what
a true thing.
Yeah.
When
When you have more money and you're like of a higher profile, a higher status, which is what money would do,
Right.
you do have access to more beautiful women, to more
So do
women
you
than
think,
you wouldn't when
from
you
a
don't have money.
relationship standpoint, if you're a billionaire, do you think that if you're in your marriage, a loyal marriage, that you're kind of wasting your money?
I wouldn't. I think about it the opposite way. I feel like if you're a billionaire, then you could really actually invest in a relationship. Like, you'd actually, like,
Right.
you wouldn't have to worry about money.
But then that's tough too. See, if I'm I would have had to have met my wife before I was a billionaire.
that's the
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Because how would I just feel like, how would I genuinely know that she loves me for me?
Yeah, there's
like
that.
when you get to that point, and I feel like on the way up to being a billionaire, people have finessed you and used you.
Oh,
and
absolutely. You're a
kind
billionaire.
of jaded to people's intentions. So meeting your wife as a billionaire, I think, could be very, very difficult.
I mean, I'm looking at it more from I know, like, I personally would never be with a man just for his money. Like there has to be way more there, like way more. Like some women will be with even from physical attraction, they could be not attracted to no man at all, like no attraction whatsoever. But because he has 100 million in the bank, they're gonna marry him, they're gonna be with him, whatever. I personally cannot do that.
Men cannot like their wife or their girl or who they're seeing. They just find them attractive, and that's enough to be in a relationship.
Which I think is crazy. Yeah, from both ways. But it's like I can't wrap my head around the fact that men equate having money with fucking mad bitches because now I have access to mad bitches. That's just crazy to me. I don't know. Because I guess it's obviously double. If I was a billionaire, I don't be like, yo, I'm just going to fuck all the niggas I've ever wanted to fuck.
It would never be like
I
that.
guess obviously
because
it's like
also,
women
you guys,
don't think like that.
And you guys have access without money. You have access already.
Yeah.
You could smash as many dudes as you want right now. You don't need something to be able to do that.
But I don't think as a man's perspective that you need that either though. Like I don't think as a man you need to have all this money to fuck mad. I know mad broke niggas who fuck mad bitches.
You don't need it. It just makes it way easier.
Like
I don't know. I know some niggas who aren't all that who have fucked mad bitches.
Yeah.
If you're not conventionally attractive and you're short and you're like, you know, all these things, you're not funny, you're just all around a not good person, money will do a lot of heavy lifting for that.
Exactly. And that's the argument that I've had before where I'm like, yo, a lot of these rappers that girls phone for, especially all over social media, if they were regular guys, you wouldn't even look at them twice.
Right.
But because they're rappers and they have this money and they have this fame, now you think they're super attractive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names because people would say that I'm being a hater. But
name one.
No.
Just one.
No, I've done this on the internet before and people try to kill me because they said I was hating.
Just one.
No.
Just one. Come on.
Okay. All right. I'll do it. Some people where I know, like, I would never, like, I don't care to interact with them. People, like, say, like, Lil Pump. You know how many girls have been with Lil Pump?
Who's Lil Pump?
Gucci Gang? The Gucci Gang song?
That one with any song with Kanye West?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no. Give me a better example.
No, we're gonna use that example. Girls, like, he gets girls.
Who?
A lot of girls.
That man?
Yes.
No.
Yes. What do you mean? No. Yes.
No, he doesn't.
Yes. It's a different demographic than you probably. He's with like the white girls and like the fake body, like Instagram white girls type of, like, that's his vibe.
Craig Mack got a lot of girls when he was hot.
Who?
You know who Craig Mack is? From Bad Boy?
Every rapper.
What?
Every famous rapper. Every famous rapper ever.
Probably got a lot of girls.
Look at Biggie. Girls loved Biggie. You tell me if Biggie worked at McDonald's, don't even try to lie.
Let's go.
R.I.P. First of all.
Yes, a legend. One of the best rappers ever. But still, yeah, you guys get my drift. But in terms of the conversation, I don't agree. I don't think you should be just going around throwing meat around because you're a billionaire. And something is gonna happen to you if that's what you're doing. One of these girls is gonna set you up. One of them is gonna give you something. You're gonna catch something from someone. It's like that's leading down a dark path. I could see that not working out.
Yeah, I thought it was a really crazy statement by him. Like I'm not judging anyone by any means. I just think it's like weird. It's like, damn, like you just think like, yo, honestly, if I'm a billionaire, man, I ain't wife it up no one. I'm fucking mad bitches because I'm a billionaire.
But for how long though? There's no way you're gonna be like, you're moving like Hugh Hefner, 65, still trying to like
maybe.
And that wouldn't be fulfilling. Like he wouldn't be happy after that.
Definitely.
You know? Like
Wouldn't be fulfilling.
It wouldn't.
So what's fulfilling?
I don't know. I'm not fulfilled. I wouldn't know. I'm still I go home and I'm lonely, bro. But at the same time, I don't want a girlfriend right now.
Yeah.
So
why not?
It's a very long. We're gonna have to have a whole segment for that.
Not a whole segment, bitch.
Yes. A whole breakdown. I swear we were supposed to do that.
We are, but
we'll have a
it's still early.
One day.
Yeah.
We're only episodes is 3? 3? 4? Yeah, it's early.
Eventually we'll deep dive into that. But yeah. No.
I don't know. It's something to me that just, I don't understand men's brains.
I don't think y'all would understand.
Because even from a billionaire perspective, like we'll talk about Kanye West, right? Kanye West is now, first of all, my favorite rapper, right? Just have to throw that in there. But he's also a billionaire, right? Whatever he's doing now with the Julia Fox and
not even with her anymore.
He's with the new one, right?
Something with a C.
I don't know who she is. She's like a Kim Kardashian dupe.
Yeah, and
So
she was on. like she's a regular like Instagram shorty. Like she was on the first time I ever seen her, she was that show that Justin LeBoy had. What's it called?
Oh, Respectfully?
Yeah.
This Respectfully show?
She
whatever
was
that?
like in the crowd on the show.
Oh.
Like she's one of those type of girls.
What are those? Why you...
Because it's like the in Miami, you know, Justin Combs, like you're in that circle. Like you go to that. So it's not like this is a shorty that like you could run into if you're in the right rooms. So the fact that Kanye is like, yeah, that's you. She's amped. I know she's amped.
Oh, for sure she's amped. But like, okay, for me, because are you guys watching Genius?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are fully caught up. You watch episode 2. Okay, right. So if you're listening, right, if you have access to Netflix, even if you don't like, people are like, I don't like Kanye West, I'm not watching it. I understand that Kanye has problems and Kanye has said some problematic things, right? I am not a delusional Kanye fan. I can recognize that man has faults, right? But that does not take away from that man is probably one of the greatest artists that ever stepped foot on this earth, period, right?
He probably is.
And I think he has probably one of the best stories to success ever.
Yeah.
Right? So, but him now being a billionaire and obviously doing all the problematic stuff or whatever. Actually, I can't even ask questions. I know the answer. Like people, I would say, like, do you think that these women now are being his muses and whatever? Because
word.
I really hate the whole like, oh, I'm his muse. Like
Like you're not
Uncut
like it's
Gems.
not a muse. Like you know,
Uncut Gems.
you're his Scaliti for right now, and it is what it is. Like
and it's just like, obviously these women, okay, so if I'm the new girl, the Kim Kardashian dupe, I don't know if the thing is like, how is he positioning it to these women? All right, you're gonna come around with me. We're gonna be seen on the road. I'm gonna fly you here, fly you here, fly you here, fly you here. You're gonna wear this, wear that, and then I'm on to the next one.
it's not a
And it's okay because he's a billionaire.
It's not a conversation. You already know. Like, come
You
on.
don't think it
like
might
you
be,
know,
though?
it is a transactional relationship for these people.
Right.
If Kanye is interested in you, you're not asking no questions. You're going along with it because you know what comes with this. I get seen with Kanye. I get notoriety. I might make some money. So you don't care. You don't really care what happens because you know you're not his final destination. Like,
Right,
so you're
okay.
hitting a lick right now, and whatever it ends, it ends. That's it. Like, and they know this.
Yeah. To me, it's,
Nobody's naive. Nobody's that naive to think that, yo, like, Kanye just picked me up and he actually really loves me and we're going to be together forever. Like, come on. You don't think the Instagram models who have been playing this game for years, seasoned veterans in the game, don't know how the game goes already? They know and they don't care.
to me, it's like, I don't know if I can't even say, I don't know if I would do it per se. Like,
You would do it. You would do it.
but I love Kanye West, like, as an artist, but I don't know, like, what am I doing?
What do you mean? You're giving him a little nookie.
What do you
You're
mean,
being
nookie?
around.
The thing is, that's another thing too. I don't see Kanye West in a sexual light at all. At all. Love that man. Love
when he
everything
puts in the
he's ever
contacts,
done.
it doesn't-
But whenever, like, for example, when
him
he
out.
was in his boxers in that video, I was so turned off. Do you remember that? When he was doing Donda, like the Donda show, and he was like, there's like videos of him like this like weird like cell,
Oh,
like
the
the
live stream.
brick like
Yeah.
live stream, and he was in his boxers, and you kind of see like his dick print. I was sick. I was like, Uncle Kanye, put your fucking
Uncle Kanye.
I'm like, put your fucking pants on. Like, I'd say, but I don't see him in a sexual light. So I don't know if I could be like, if he wanted to like little sis me, yeah, for sure. Like, I'm on a road. But I don't know if I can be out here like making out with him in the airport. Like, you know what I mean?
Tongue down your mouth.
Tonguing down. I don't know
Let
about
him lick
that.
your head, like, for a picture.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But I do love Kanye West. But I don't know if I could just like be out here parading with him, knowing he has like 4 kids who are probably like looking at this. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't want to be a villain in anyone's
I
story.
think also
I mean,
because you're black and you have a connection that no, hold on, wait. Let me finish.
he's like, don't drop the bomb.
Yeah,
don't
wait.
drop.
Wait, let me land.
He said, it's because you're black.
No, I was gonna
He's not
say
even gonna look at you.
that's not what I was
Kanye
gonna
would
say.
never like you, so.
That's
You're black.
not what I was gonna say at all. I was
were you
gonna
gonna
say
say?
because you're black and you have a connection to Kanye because of the things that he's done in the past and like
Right.
his activism and he was a really like blackity black.
He
black
was. Yeah, I
guy.
don't know about too much anymore.
So
but-
it's it's different than like, you know, he's with like these white girls that probably don't have that type of connection to Kanye. He's just a famous guy with a lot of money to him.
Yeah.
So it's different. So like you said, it's like an Uncle Kanye. These white girls don't see him as Uncle Kanye. He's just a guy with money. So they're hitting a lick.
Yeah, like I mean, even outside of the black woman comment, it hurts.
Don't spin it as a. There was no. Is this camera on me? There was no black woman comment.
I know what you mean.
That is not what I was saying. Y'all don't attack me. I don't hate nobody. Don't go try to dig up nothing about me. Like that's not what I was saying at all.
We know.
I'm just making that clear. I know how the internet is. We're not doing that. But anyways,
I know what you meant. I just think, yeah, like going back, I'm really interested to see how the third part of Genius goes. Because like I'm like,
It needs to be 10 parts. Like fuck.
it does need to, it feels like
Last
we're 2 out of 3 into it, and I feel like I don't think we're even at the tip of the iceberg of this man's career. And if we're gonna go through his whole career, like I said, we need like 10, 15, like a whole like mini series of like what his whole career is, right?
It's weird. It should be more than 3 because I heard that Maul said it that his bro like Biggs, like co-founded Rockefeller, they said they're even still like filming interviews for Genius like now.
Interviews.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, like they're still putting together stuff. So I don't know if they're putting all of that into that one episode or they're doing more than 3, but they're still actively filming.
Remember, he said he wanted Drake to narrate it too.
That's
Interesting.
That's kind of OD.
He
That
was
is
in
a
the
little
middle
bit
of like
OD.
he was posting a lot
Yeah.
of
But
stuff.
But no, they're
He was-
still filming for it. So I don't
Drake
know
liked
how
the
they're
post when
gonna
he did it
do
too.
that.
Right. I'm very emotionally connected to that. What's it called? That documentary. And seeing how he came up and he was raised by a beautiful black woman and she was so supportive of him. I
like that.
Yeah, that was great.
So nice to see.
I really hate that now he's like, it looks like he's in the sunken place a little bit.
Well, you can
Just a
just.
little.
I think what it shows, the documentary, is like a lot of like, you know, what pains him and like what went wrong or anything was just him not having his mom. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Him losing his mom was like the most devastating thing ever.
But I
for
also
Kanye.
made this argument, like watching this doc. Like I said, I don't think anyone, like a regular, just like human being or just whatever, has seen this footage, right? Like all this footage is like new to us. So seeing Kanye now and seeing like air quotations old Kanye, I don't see a crazy difference.
It's
If I'm
not.
being
Yeah,
very
it's
honest,
not that different.
So everyone's talking about, oh, I hate new Kanye and he's so arrogant and new Kanye so this and that. He doesn't think for old Kanye is literally there is no old Kanye. Like this man has literally been the same. His voice just got bigger. He just got more famous and unfortunately went through a really traumatic experience in his life. But there's no like his mannerisms are exactly the same. The way he talks and like gets really amped, kind of starts like babbling on is exactly the same. His views are almost exactly the same. Like his drive, he's also kind of like he was still arrogant back then too. Like there was a scene in episode 2 where he's like explaining to this little white kid who he is. Like
No, I produced all them joints.
Yeah,
right?
like why are you explaining to this 10-year-old white boy? He's like,
oh,
oh,
kid's like, cool.
yeah. He's like, oh, you know me and my girlfriend. Yeah, I produced that. You know, H to the Izzo, I produced that.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
see
this
the tweet?
10-year-old doesn't know what the fuck you know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
You see the tweet that said that ended up being Kenny Beats with.
That's funny. But yeah,
but
Kanye's the
literally,
same.
I think he's the exact same.
I think it also shows like why he's still on that like edge now is like if niggas tried to like if I played Jesus Walks for like somebody and they were just like cool, what else you got, you know, like if people were trying to tell me I made College Dropout and people were passing on it and everything and people didn't want to give me funding and people didn't believe in me, like I would be exactly how Kanye is, bro. I would remind everybody like every step of the way and everything, and just
I just told you who I thought I was.
yeah.
God.
I can see why he's like
Yeah,
that, bro.
I feel him.
Last
And
Call and Big Brother hit completely different now. You know?
I also didn't know that what's it called? College Dropout was his #1 selling album like ever. I didn't know that. I thought it would have been My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Well, it's his oldest one, so it's been out the longest.
I guess, but I don't know why. It went like 4 or 5 times platinum, and it's his highest selling album like ever. I actually didn't know that, because when you ask the average person what their favorite Kanye album is, most of the time they say My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
It's between those two. It's that and college. I hear a lot of college drops.
I feel like those two and graduation are
That's
like
it.
the
And
three.
graduate. I throw graduation in there.
But nah, it's crazy. Seeing all that footage is crazy, especially like as a creator myself, seeing how he did all that type of stuff. It's like, yo, this guy's actually a genius.
Right.
And even seeing him, because there's one thing I noticed that I don't know if a lot of other people notice. When he'd be in the studio with these other artists, and he'd be like, yo, like I had a verse for this, or like, yo, what do you think of this, right? He has the whole 16 memorized. He didn't look at a piece of paper. He didn't look at a phone, nothing. He's rapping the whole thing. He'll go in the booth, rap the whole thing, come out, and I'm like, yo, that's not easy. Like, in one take, he had the whole thing memorized. That is crazy. Like, that is ridiculous. But nah, that is crazy. And
Watching him
even-
do that bounce verse was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually crazy. I didn't know that's how it went. And I
Closed
think
mouths
seeing,
don't get fed. You wouldn't have been on that if you didn't say
I think
nothing.
seeing like I'm obviously not a rapper and I don't really know how rappers.
Yes, we're getting you in the studio.
I'm not a rapper. I don't know how rappers operate, but like to see someone just like step in the studio and just start spitting like these crazy hard bars and then like, okay, go into the studio and rap that back to me. Like I would be like, I would blank.
Let me tell you,
I
that's
would
not
blank.
regular.
I'd be
It's
like, yo, what
not-
did I just say? I don't know. Maybe he had it memorized for a long time, but it's like, okay, like, you know what I
still-
mean? I think that's crazy.
That's not
Because a lot of the
regular at
time,
all.
correct me if I'm wrong, don't rappers, like new rappers, be in the studio with their phones? I see a lot of rappers in the studio with their phones because they wrote down their raps.
Yeah, some people now want to do the whole, yo, I don't write anything down as like a thing, like to be like, oh, look at me. But then also your bars aren't really that complex. Like you're saying the same thing 10 times, so you don't really have to write it down. But like to do like that, what he was doing with those flows, those cadences, one take, the whole like remembering all that is ridiculous.
I think the artistry on like him working with like the choir in the studio.
Yeah.
And stuff, and the way I didn't know Through the Wire was like that was real. Like he actually made
Yeah.
that whole board, you know, and green screened.
I didn't know that either.
Like
that was really cool to see.
He did that in 2004. Like that's crazy.
I just feel like I love new music, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I just feel like we don't have that same like
Level of artistry.
at all.
Because it's so easy to be an artist now.
Yeah.
That one, it's not really the cream that rises to the top, so to say, and two, people become famous so fast that they never really had time to develop as an artist. Like someone from like Kanye, you see Kanye he started when he was like what, 13, and he was rapping that whole time.
Yeah.
And just people didn't know, and then when he got on. Now it's like, yo, I could make a song in my bedroom tonight as a 13-year-old. It blows up on TikTok tomorrow, and I have labels calling me by the weekend to be an artist, and they're putting me
Yeah.
on a tour, and I have an album out in 2 months, and I never made a song before today.
I feel like there's no more. I feel like there's obviously a grind still, but there's not like I gotta make it
It's
type. Like
not.
it has to be like this is it. Like I have to prove myself. Like I have to do this. Like I have to do that. Like I have to. This is my one shot to get in the moment with fucking Jay-Z and rap my ass off to get in this fucking feat. Like there's no more of that. I don't know. I could
It's
be
not.
wrong.
It's not because
Like I said, I'm not a musician.
It's not because music now, like music's kind of like a lick. It's not like people
Yeah.
aren't making
Not an art
music.
form.
It's not
yeah.
an art anymore.
People are just it's just anything that happens. Anyone has a platform. Yo, if you're a YouTuber and you become big, now you start making music. You're an
Yeah.
actor and you become big, now you start making music. Like,
Yeah.
it's not really a thing that's held sacred. So you don't have to be good. You don't really have to do anything because there's a million people that'll give you songs, give you beats, slap you on some auto tune, and you're out.
Yeah.
So you don't need it. It's not like back then you had to burn CDs, fly to this town, hope to meet this person, play it for them, rap, don't mess up because this is the only time you're ever gonna meet them in your life. Like the stakes were way higher back then.
See Ludacris in the car writing his verse.
Yeah. Like I don't know. It's
Technology is
different, and I
different.
think. I don't know. I feel like I don't, like I said, I still enjoy new music for sure. It's just like when I see how like the art and the work that went behind it back then, I think it was like a new level of respect that I think that won't be kind of reached by any of these new artists. Not
Just
to
the
like
only good
knock
thing
anyone's
about
hustle.
now is just that it's less expensive. Back then, like you had to have a label because you couldn't afford to go to a studio. You couldn't afford a choir.
I mean,
to
unless you
put
were
on your-
Kanye.
But even then, Kanye now is still doing that. Like, I was thinking about how much it probably cost for him to make Donda to be in a stadium every single
Right.
day, you know, and calling in all these different people like that. That's got to be an expensive ass album. He's doing
Yeah.
it now, you know. He spent $33,000 to make.
And
it
I
through
also
the wire.
think
Like,
that people like that whole like thing of like, oh, well, people didn't believe in Kanye and he still had to grind to get Rock Nation to take him seriously. Okay, but he also had people forgot he was a multi-platinum Grammy producer.
He had money.
He had money. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it was unfortunate he had to use his own money to produce the Through the Wire video and the song and whatever, but he had the money. A lot of rappers who are signed and don't get the time, they can't pull out $30K to produce their own shit to get looked at by their own label.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what makes Kanye so multifaceted. So it's like even like Drake with the whole like renting the Rolls Royce we talked about. Like, a lot of people don't have that to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like
30K.
30K for that video, which is a amazing video.
But now, even that too, music videos aren't the same. Like even on a label, you're not getting a budget like that for a music video. If you're not,
you're getting
like
less. You think?
If you're not like a important at the label, they're not giving you $30,000 to go film your video. They're not giving you $100,000, $200,000 to film your video, unless you're like Drake or someone.
Yeah,
like a guy that just got signed off of a TikTok song. I dare you ask for $100K for a video. They're gonna laugh in your face. They're like, "Yo, take this DSLR, go outside,
really,
and film that video." Yeah.
You know what I noticed? I love when seeing like artists' video budget go up because like Cardi B.
Yeah.
I need to know what the dollar, because her videos would be fucking crazy.
Didn't she say she spent $2 million on WAP? Like,
I don't know. She must,
money.
between like the Kylie appearance and all those appearances and all that stuff, and then like the green screen and the all that whatever choreography, whatever. I want to know, because her music videos, from what she started to what they are now, they fund those girls' videos like her life depends on it. So I'd really love to know how much, what her music video budget is.
Cardi is a superstar. She's definitely, I don't know what label she's on, but I guarantee she's
Isn't she on Quality Control?
top 3. No, I think she's managed by them. She's not signed to them for sure.
Say a word. I didn't even know that. Okay.
She's definitely top 3 at the label, whatever label she's on.
Word.
So she's getting whatever she asked for, she could get it.
Because even like Jack Harlow, like his new video for Nail Tech, you can definitely see they gave that man more budget.
He's important at the label right now.
They gave him way more budget for that video. I'm like, oh, this video's kind of fire.
But I bet even when that happens and they get the budget, they had to go to an office and be like, hey, this is what I want to do. I want, Young Miami in the video. And they're like, yeah, that'll work if he does it. So we'll give you the budget, you know? Like, it's not like...
And then when it doesn't work, then the videos start to get less and less.
So what happens if it doesn't work?
Then next time you're not getting this $1 million budget. You
Sometimes
might get
it's in advance
$500K.
and you got to pay it back no matter what.
Do you have to pay it back?
Yes. Yes, you do. You definitely have to pay that back somehow.
All those royalties and streams,
It's
they'll
just
get it
like-
back through that then. Like,
Yeah, it's just you have to recoup it. Like, for instance, like Drake, you see how for God's Plan, he said the budget was $1 million and he just like gave it all away?
Yeah.
He has to recoup that. But if you're the label, you know Drake is making you back this $1 million instantly.
Yeah.
You're getting that back on the first day.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't care. It's like the label's not going to give me $1 million to go make a video because they don't know that they're going to get that back. And if they do and it doesn't work, then the next time they're not giving me that. And now I'm going to be signed until I make that money back. So
I feel like we need to have someone on here who's like, I don't know,
label
like
rep and A&R.
not even like maybe like an A&R or like someone who, because I'm interested in this stuff a lot, and I feel like this documentary made me more interested. But I don't know, either like a new artist or someone who just got recently signed and like, oh, we had Deja.
Yeah, DJ gave a lot of insight on the
I'm
record
like, who
industry.
do we have? I'm like, yeah, we had Deja, but
Leveraging
Yeah.
your masters and stuff.
because Deja's getting big. Her music was used on Grownish, which I just realized.
Her ad was played during the Super Bowl broadcast, I'm pretty sure.
The Crown one?
Yeah,
that's dope.
That's what they said. So.
what label is she on?
I don't even know,
But she's signed to
Yes.
something. Okay.
which I don't know what the label is. I don't even know if she's told me.
She's I've seen tweets that they've made and like broke it down and stuff, and it's a dope label. I'm pretty sure it's a newer one. It's not like a Atlantic or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, either way, she's doing exactly what she needs to do. So
Yeah.
Prayers up for her.
Just one more thing on the Kanye thing. What I thought was also just really crazy is, like you said, like he had money from making beats, you know, to be able to do that. And he was like essentially like the hottest producer in the game. Like imagine you were that. Like imagine you were Metro Boomin. Like everyone thinks you're the best producer and you're like, nah, but I'm also the best rapper. I have to show everybody that too, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I hope it's in part 3 where it's like Kanye was pretty much the best rapper in the world. Everyone thought of him as the best, and he was like, I'm also the best fashion designer ever. And they were like,
Better
no,
than Jay-Z?
Kanye. I don't know. That's subjective. And I don't know. I'm not here for that argument right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying at that time he was like peak, you know, with I'm just thinking back to the Yeezus interview he did with like Charlemagne, and he's like, you know, we love you for your music, you know, like why don't you just give us more music? And he's like, no, the Yeezys are important to culture, and like look at them now, you know. So
that's why he's a genius, bro. Because do you know how? I don't think people understand how crazy that is to like be the best. Everyone knows you're the best producer, but also you're a really, really, really good rapper too. It's not like Kanye was like an amazing producer and like an okay rapper, so he got by. He was really good, and he was saying things that no one was saying too. Like he was innovating in rap when you're already an innovator in production, because people weren't doing like the sped up slow samples before Kanye just blazed that whole way. So that is ridiculous. And then you come and do the fashion thing and make everyone start wearing garbage bags, and it's crazy, bro. That guy is a legend.
Garbage bags?
Garbage bags.
The jacket?
Those new Yeezy Gap jackets are blue garbage bag. Puff up garbage bags, bro. Those are terrible. I'm sorry. Those are terrible. The Gap jackets, like the blue ones, those are terrible. I like some of the Yeezy stuff, but that specifically, those are terrible. You guys look crazy wearing those, bro. There's no way you guys look in the mirror and you're like, yo, like, I'm different, yo. Like, this is different. Like, I walk different. I talk different. Like, you look like an IKEA bag blowing in the wind.
Off.
Like, it's
Don't.
crazy.
Anyways, make music good again. Or make music in, like, a very, like, hardworking, respectable art. Again, because I hate like this fast, just like get it out type
It's not
music.
gonna happen, but
I know it won't. Because it's funny because like, so my dad died in 2002. And I don't know if his friend ever, I don't think he'll ever hear this, but like one of his best friends, he used to gift my sister and I, what's it called? Like CDs that he thought my dad would like on our birthdays and on Christmas. So like any album that came out after my dad died, he would gift them to us, right? And one of them was like The College Dropout. So that's why I'm like emotionally like linked to like, don't look at me like you want, look at, you're like nodding like I want you to cry.
I'm looking at you. You're telling the story. I'm looking at you, bro.
I'm not
Am I
gonna cry.
to look away?
You're like, oh yes, the tears are forming.
Am I supposed to look away? Like,
no, anyways, but yeah, so I also think, and then one day I'm gonna look in my because my dad was like really big in like, I don't know why my dad was so plugged in like in his life, but like he's met like Mary J. Blige, like John B, like
he put his hand like
no.
Never mind.
What's wrong with you? Anyways, he's met like Mary J. Blige, John B, Lauryn Hill, like all like those big artists in their time, right? I even have, because I was a baby when he met Lauryn Hill. I think it was maybe like 96 or 97. And he brought my older cousin to meet her backstage at her show in Toronto. But I have like a Lauryn Hill picture that's signed to me. And it's somewhere in my basement. I have to find it. One day I'm going to find it. I want to like blow it up and put it in my house one day. But I just think like, I don't know. It's just like really cool. Like I just said, like people like want to cancel artists and all that stuff. But like people have to realize like there's deeper things that connect people to like music and time, right? And for me, like Kanye, like having my dad's best friend gift me like Kanye's album, like, oh, your dad would love this, so like listen to this when I was like, what was it, 2004? So I was like, what, 8? Like that's crazy to me. Then he gifted me like Nelly Furtado. Apparently my dad would have liked Nelly Furtado's Promiscuous album. He was a Timbaland fan and Timbaland produced the album. And then he gifted us like Black Eyed Peas, and then Kanye's Graduation 2007, then Mary J. Blige's album. So like, I don't know, I just feel like music and artists have connections, because people shouldn't be judged for, you know.
You need to just mind their own business.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, you're a Kanye fan. I'm like, yeah, but like there's a story behind why I'm such a big Kanye fan. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like, oh, like support any artist you like, even if they're doing crazy shit. But like, know that there's stuff that's deeper behind just like why people support these things.
Agree.
But I'm not trying to scare the niggas away by getting emotional. So,
Wait, why is that? Okay. Yeah, right.
What?
Crying scares the niggas away. Is that how you?
No, I'm just joking. Okay. But I did have a scaring the hoes moment recently.
Yeah, that's a good segue.
That I want to talk about with y'all. So when people say the term like scaring the hoes, I never really understood what it meant until I got in this situation, right? So once again, I was out with my friends at a little, gathering. And I don't want to get into all the nitty gritty of what happened, but it literally felt like we were in, those Drewski clips that were like, he's like, oh, when that one guy acts up in front of all the bitches and the bitches. That's what it felt like when I was in this setting. So as men, you two being men, how do you handle situations when you know your dog is scaring the hoes? Because I was generally, I'm not a hoe by any means. I'm using this term, loosely, but I'm obviously not a hoe by any means. But I was like in the party, I was like, y'all scaring me and I'm ready to leave. Like, I am not interested in being here any longer. And I don't mean scaring as in it was more just like, I'm turned off of this setting. So what do you do when one of your niggas literally scaring the bitches?
Me and my friends, we have a phrase, like a saying. Whenever someone's doing something like that, it's like, you gotta know what you're doing, bro. Like, 'cause it's like, do you realize, take a look around, look at what you're doing right now, bro. Like,
read the room.
Read the room. Like, you gotta know what you're doing, bro. You can't be doing that. And sometimes we will you have to pre-warn people. If you know that your friend has that capability, if you've seen them exhibit that behavior before, you have to cut it from the root at that moment. For instance, there was one time that we were at this studio. There was a couple girls there, but it wasn't a lot. And this was before we went to LA, Miami, whatever.
Okay.
There was a couple girls there. We're all at the studio turning up drinking. One of my friends got drunk, spun off his head drunk. We had to carry him to the car. And it was bad because one of the girls is like, your friend is in the hallway. And we went in the hallway and he was on the ground in the hallway, sleep, knockout. And I'm like, bro. So whatever, we deal with it that night. The next day we're like, fam, if we go, if we're somewhere and you feel me, I know a few people, we might be able to have some pull and go to some stuff. Mm-hmm. If we're at Diddy's house, you can't do that.
I would hope
because I'm gonna act like I don't know you. I'm not gonna.
Would you actually do that though? No, you wouldn't.
No.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. But I'm not gonna be the one taking care of you in this situation. I have too much. I'm doing something right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm working. I'm gonna make sure you're good, but it's not gonna be me carrying you to the car with vomit on your shirt out of Diddy's party, bro. I'm not doing that. You gotta know what you're doing, bro. So it's
you gotta know.
Everyone has mistakes. Fix up. Just don't let it happen again.
What about you? How do you navigate that situation?
Very similar thing. There's almost a covert code thing. I remember we had I was in this circle of friends, and this one guy had the capability to scare hoes when he gets drunk. That was the thing.
Or you just don't invite them.
He has the capability to scare hoes.
I know exactly what he means.
He's the hoe scaring type. And
okay, hold on. Just to clarify, because I know how the internet works. When we say scare hoes, we don't mean abusive or assault. We just mean he's doing some weird ass shit and it's making us uncomfortable. That's what you mean by scaring the hoes.
He's drying up the coochies in the room.
Yeah.
Good clarification.
There we go. Because I would be like, oh my god, you hang out with abuse. No, there's no abuse. There's nothing. Just when that guy who's like, yo, this guy's doing some. Why are you doing that?
The guy that will do a handstand in the club, something it's what are you doing?
Literally scared those. Yeah,
I think it's always the nigga that starts rapping. That is
something like that, or tries to wrestle. Stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
But it's funny because it worked and it was a good thing to get around it for a while, and then it stopped working. But we had a code name for him. When he gets drunk is when he would start behaving that way. And when he was drunk, we would call him a different name. We would call him.
we do that too.
We would call him Dustin. He'd start walling out, be like, "Hey, yo, Dustin, having a good time?" And he'd just it started to work at first. He'd be like, "Oh shit, they're calling me Dustin. I
gotta fix up."
And then he's just like, "Yo, Dustin's not here, bro."
What was the race of this friend?
White,
Caucasian. Wow, what a surprise!
He started flexing back. He said, Dustin's not here, bro. Dustin's not here. Don't fucking play with me.
You know, we'd be whispering to each other like, yo, bro, I think Dustin's making an appearance tonight, you know?
Oh,
and it's just
no.
like, hey, can you go get Dustin? It's like, yo, is it Dustin or is it Andrew? Like, Andrew's not his real name.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just that covert way, like almost you and your other friends need to be on the same page about it is funny.
That's
That's funny how it's similar, you know?
There was another situation where, without making it like too obvious, there was another setting that we were all kind of chilling, talking, and you know, I sometimes when I get into like arguments or like debates, obviously I get loud. People get loud. You know what I mean? Not in like in an aggressive way. I just like, you know, I'm sorry, like, oh, blah, blah, you know, getting, you know, naturally. You're drinking, it's hot in there, we're smoking, people start getting loud, laughing, arguing, whatever. And I get it, you know, if you're in someone's house, people have been to my house and I'm like, niggas. Shh, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, y'all loud. Like, you know
But
what
it's usually
I handle it like that.
Like parents or
or it's even just like, yo, it's really fucking loud. Like, you know what I mean? But this guy decides to like come up and I'm like, yo, who the fuck? Yo, why you yelling in my house? Yo, why you yelling? And I was like, everyone in the room was kind of like, he's like, yo, I come out here, why are you guys yelling outside my room? I come out here, everyone's yelling? Like, why are you yelling? But my thing is like, yo, like, if that was my friend, I'd be like, yo, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't come out here trying to ruin the vibe. Like, you just come up like, yo, like, you guys are kind of loud. Like, yo, y'all good? Y'all good? But he's like, yo, you guys are yelling outside my room. Like, what are you guys doing? Like it's late. You guys are yelling? It's like, nigga, you invited all these people over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you being waste? Like, why are you scaring the hoes?
Yeah. Also, I think another thing that will combat that is because usually that friend, like, tries to have some sort of power trip or something because maybe it's their house and they think whatever. You have to have a friend group where like everyone is able to like nice each other. If you guys aren't from Toronto, I just mean like you have to have a friend group where it's like if you're acting up, I could tell you, yo, shut up, like stop. And if I'm acting up, you could tell me, yo, shut up, stop, and I will listen.
Yeah.
In a situation like that where the man's yelling at all, you have to be like, bro, like, what is wrong? Like,
that's what
shut
I'm saying.
up.
And
like,
I was surprised that none of his boys were like, yo,
because
relax.
he's probably the leader in the group. And
he's like, oh, it's Dustin.
They don't have the rank. They don't have the rank to do
What do you
that.
mean rank? I don't think there's any like ranking.
There are friend groups that have a hierarchy for sure. There are.
Yo, girls say this too. She's like, where girls will be like, oh, when you find out that your man isn't the leader of the friend group, you know?
Like
Is
all
that a
friends
thing?
should
I've
be
seen
equal.
tweets like that. Yeah.
There are friend groups like that. I think all of your friends should be on an equal level, but there are definitely friend groups where there's hierarchies and it's like you guys don't want to make this guy mad because he's the one who gets you guys into the club and he has the house and
Oh, that's annoying. I don't like that.
girlfriend groups have that too. But
You gave more details, which I'm gonna not try and get into, but like I also think it's like a bit of FOMO. I feel like, you know, what was happening, and
Right,
like
right.
his party trick is having the crib, you know, like he's like, you know, everyone can come over to mine after, you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
that's his thing, and it wasn't working that well. He wasn't getting like, you know,
That's what
attention.
said. Someone's like, oh, there wasn't enough attention on him.
That's what I think.
But
it's
I'm
FOMO.
like,
because he wouldn't have said anything if a sweet one was rubbing on his chest. He wouldn't have said a word. I guarantee he wouldn't have said a
I just feel
word.
like that.
If a nice little Scaliti was rubbing them down, he wouldn't have said a word. He would have like just told y'all to just kept on going. If he was in his room with a joint, with a little
with a little
yeah.
he wouldn't have said a thing, bro. Guaranteed.
Yeah, honestly, that just, like I said, like, I just wish men were not weird.
That's never gonna happen. So
Like, I just wish there were, like, more men who just, like, because I thought they were, like, at that situation, I thought they were, like, cool guys. I mean, I just wish that, like, some men just weren't weird. And, like, why do you have to do that? You know what I mean? Like, why did you do that? And then the whole vibe was just weird after. Like, everyone's kind of, like, sipping slow. Like, the music's, like, turned down. Like, everything's fucking weird. So, I don't know, man. You guys got to tell your friends to not scare the hoes. Or, I don't know. Come with, maybe not your friend group, but if you're
Only
listening.
so much you can do.
If you're listening
yeah,
and you
really,
have.
there's only so much you could do. Cause I have a friend where when he gets drunk, he just like starts talking foolishness, and he's joking, but he like there was one time we were at a party. We were at a party and he got drunk, and when he gets drunk, he turns into like a Jamaican man, right? He's Jamaican, but like he starts talking with like a yard accent when he gets drunk.
Okay.
So he was going around the party asking girls if they have the nigga yai. And if you guys don't know what that means, how do I explain this properly?
You got it.
Basically, it's like a tight coochie, okay?
Oh, okay.
So he was going around
totally
the
off.
party asking girls if they have the nigga yai. And I didn't know this was happening. I heard this the next day. Like, so I couldn't have stepped in. I was like, bro, there's no way that happened. My friend's like, yeah, like, no, like he was doing that. I'm like, why was he doing that? They're like,
And
yo,
why
like,
wouldn't anyone stop him?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, well, so what were you guys doing? He was like, yo, we would stop him. We would take him away. And like we would put him in the room and he would get up on his own and come back home.
That's funny.
Just stuff like that. It's like, yo, okay. And then eventually it's like, all right, like
Stop inviting.
We can't invite him anymore.
Have you had situations where bitches are scaring the niggas away?
Yes. That happens all the time. That doesn't get talked about enough. I'm here to stand up for the men.
So what's the situation?
Yeah,
like, give an
Oh
example.
my
Not a real life
gosh.
one, but like, what could be an example of when the bitches are
that
scaring the niggas away?
happens so much. Like, if a girl gets drunk and angry, no one wants to be around her.
Yeah.
If a girl is like, cause usually like girls don't roll by themselves, so their friends are there as well.
Mm-hmm.
If a girl is like too drunk and they're like super sloppy and they're
Knocking
in your
things
face
over.
and knocking things over, and it's like, ugh, like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to speak to you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to touch you. And those are the ones that are the most aggressive towards you. And you're like, yo, I don't even want to be standing beside you right now. Those are the two biggest ones, the angry girls and the sloppy girls.
Yeah. I definitely think when I think of like the niggas who are scaring the bitches, it's definitely the ones who try to like as a show and tell, they try to like show out, like start like
the
break
do you have
dancing.
change for 5,000 type guys?
Yeah, like the ones who just like, yeah, they just start doing some like weird shit, start like over complimenting their other dogs. Like I hate when they over compliment. Yo, I'm trying to get like you, bro. Yo, those glasses Cartier, bro. It's like, yeah, we can see
Remember
it.
that Lamborghini you lent me?
Yeah, that shit's corny. And like guys who just do like too much physically in a room. Like the handstands, like trying to wrestle their dog, like flipping someone's hat off, like picking up a girl, to prove they're strong. It's like
I hate,
scared
that's
the
one thing.
fucking
I
hoes.
hate when girls do that too.
What?
Don't like touch things on me. Like, don't take my hat. Don't take my
take my hat.
glasses.
Oh my
don't
God.
touch my face. Like, if we're not like that, don't like. It's not funny. We're not flirting. I'm just getting annoyed now.
Don't try and like do a piggyback and stuff, Like don't.
piggyback.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
It
I've never
happens.
girls jump on your back in the party
I've seen
No.
it happen. It's never happened to me, but I've definitely seen it.
in like recent times.
Like when girls try to get physical and do things, jump on your back, hug, hang on to you, like, and it's like as guys,
Yes, that
we
exactly.
haven't really figured out a system to like de-escalate that in a nice way yet. So we're kind of like awkwardly just there while things are going on because we can't. Like as a girl, if a guy's doing too much or being weird, like you could yell at him, you could cuss him, and like that's regular. Everyone's like, okay, cool, like you could do that. I can't really do that to a girl that's doing too much. I can't yell at this girl. I can't cuss off this.
Some
drunk
guys
girl.
do.
Like yeah,
Like, scary,
some do,
yeah.
but like it's still not. It's not okay
No.
to do.
It's not the right way to handle it.
Yeah, so there's no real way to get out of that situation. You have to physically remove yourself. So I've been in parties where I'm literally running away from women.
Yeah, that's
because
oh, yeah.
they're like, once I see them turn the corner, I'm like, oh my God. Like you have to go somewhere else. Because when you see them enter the room, you have to leave the room because they're doing too much. Crazy, bro.
Have you ever had a girl that like you're kind of talking to, like, because I was talking to my boy about this, that you're kind of talking to like on the low, nothing crazy. I mean, it's on the low. You guys are not serious. It's nothing, but you're like on the low. You might be smashing, entertaining, blah blah blah, and they try to kiss you in public. Like, say you're kicking it with like all your friends, and you're at somebody's crib, whatever,
Yes.
and they try to grab you and kiss you.
Yes.
Not
Wait.
kiss me, but they'll try and like put their like they'll try and cuddle me and be like attached to me. Like
What do you do in that situation?
I'm like, I'll be like, yo, like, relax. Like I'm not, but in general, girls know that I'm not a PDA type of person.
Yeah.
So you even trying that, it's like what are you doing? Like it doesn't make sense.
But what if the girl got like really drunk? She's like, oh, like give me a kiss.
I'll be like, yo, chill. Like I'll literally tell her like, yo, like just relax. Like you're drunk. Like stop.
And she's like, wow, you're being so rude. What the fuck?
That's happened to me too. Like girls have gotten mad that I don't want to do what they're saying. It's like, yo, relax. Like I'll just remove myself from the situation.
I don't lie. I used to be like very territorial, like back in the day when
that.
I was like, chill out. I'm not like that
I'm
anymore.
getting PTSD.
I used to be like that, like early, maybe like 18, like 19, where like I know I'm fucking a guy or fucking with a guy, and like, you know, I'd be like stand in front of him, like, you know what I mean? But like now it's like I'm too old to be doing that. So when I've definitely grown out of that. It's been years now. So when I see other women doing it, I'm like, bro, come on. You know what I mean? Like, we're too old to be doing that now.
I've been in situations like that where there was like a girl that I used to associate with, and
a
girl that I'm associating with in that moment there. And it's like, I'm gonna invite the girl that I used to rock with, cause it's like there's nothing, like we have no bad blood. Like we're cool. I'm gonna invite you to the party. Now, this person I'm currently like messing with is there too. So obviously I'm showing them more attention than I'm showing you.
Right.
Because like you're not like my priority right now.
Okay.
And the girl is vexed. It's like, yo, why are you vexed? We don't have no type of exclusive. What did you think was gonna happen when you came here? I don't understand that. And
one
like,
thing about
a girl
girls
has told me, and she was like, oh, I just felt really awkward in that situation, and I didn't want to be in that type of situation. But I'm like, what did you like? Did you think that you were just never ever gonna be in a spot where there's another girl that was like interested in me? It's like you kind of had this blind fantasy that you were the only one ever, and we were never ever exclusive. And I don't get that because I'm literally the opposite guy. Because as you guys know, I'm not really a relationship guy. So I have like situationships or entanglements and whatnot, right?
Okay.
So if I'm at a situation, and I've literally said this, if a girl's having a party, she invites me to a party, whatever, I will literally tell her like, yo, like, let me know if like mans that you're talking to or associating are here. I will, you know, play my role. I'll be cool. Because I'm like naturally a flirt. So I might like touch you, hug you up or whatever. Yeah. If you have other work in the room, I'm not going to do that at all. Like you will not even know that I'm more than a friend. I'll dap you and that's it. Because I don't care if you're hugging up on the next man if we're not exclusive. I feel like it's a little different with girls. You guys are a little more territorial. Like you don't want to see me hugging another girl, even if we're not serious.
I mean, it depends. Like I think I used to be like that, but I definitely grew out of that because it's like, you're old enough to know what it is, and I feel like you're old enough to communicate with whoever you're with, whether things are serious or whatever you're with. Exclusivity.
Clyde, have you ever had a girl like be mad at you at a party that you were showing a different girl more attention than her?
Like, not a girl I was seeing on the low. Like my girl or something? Yeah, like you go and say hi to another girl or something, and maybe your conversation goes a little too long, and then it ruins the rest of the night. Yeah.
Yo, a girl got mad at me that I had a conversation with my homegirl for like a little too long. And she claimed that I was over there flirting with her. I was like, we were literally sitting side by side. We weren't touching nothing, laughing, joking, having a conversation. And you're mad at that? Like, for what?
But I feel like even like in your situation, Clyde, like even as your girlfriend, I feel like I'm not going to get mad. Like if I'm your girlfriend, I feel like, why am I getting mad at you?
It doesn't start as mad. It starts as like, is this a problem? Like, is this like, why is she acting? And then you find out days later.
Was the girl being like, was the girl you were talking to being like, oh, like, you know, like over like touchy and
maybe.
I don't know.
But it was like a friend that like, it's like, come on. Like I have pictures on my main Instagram with this woman. Like, this is my best friend. Like I was a roommate with this girl. Like,
oh.
Zoe made up her face crazy when he said he had
pictures. Wait, I see you had pictures. I'm like,
I've learned better than that. There's one of my homegirls that I'm super cool with. I posted her on like her birthday. This was like years ago. I posted her on my Instagram for her birthday, like
on the main page,
like a picture of us. Like, yo, happy birthday
on the main page.
Yeah, but because we did like a photo shoot, right? Not just a us photo shoot, but like my friend, you know, was a photographer. We took photos. I posted the picture of me and her. Oh my God. I've never lost so many shorties at one time.
Wow. Yeah, because like, why are you posting?
I had to delete it. I'm like, no, like this isn't what it looks like. Like I'm trying to I would be trying to holler at girls and they would go on my gram and like just like the one picture of me and her. And I'm like, no, like that's not my girl. And then I had to delete it because like this.
Well, what was the caption?
But yeah, that's the thing. I think you messed up with the
happy birthday
to my fam. To my
probably
bruh.
added a little sauce.
To my
like,
sis.
happy birthday,
Yeah,
gang,
you
or
need
something
to-
like that.
Because my picture with one of my friends on my main is like something about imagine if I never met the broski, like you know that line from God's Plan. So I'm like, and I think girls do that too when they post like with their male friends or something. There'll be a very clear indication in the caption that it's like this.
I feel like we overthink these things, but I feel like it's been built in us to think like, oh, if there's a girl on his main page, like that's something.
I
That's
haven't put a
someone.
girl on my main page since.
I've never put a man on my main page. No.
I've tested.
Stories for sure. Like I'll post like my dogs on my stories all the time.
Yeah.
Main page, I'm not doing like happy birthday to my dog on my main. No.
I'm not.
People be
doing that
looking.
now. Yeah.
People be looking. That's crazy. And people are so judgmental. And they obviously like create narratives in their head. I'm not even trying to give them any
The
type
sends,
of.
when you look at the insights and you see how much times that picture
It was
got
sent.
shared.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
You know what I'm interested to do? One day when I get pregnant, I'm interested to see how many shares my picture is gonna be when I drop a picture with a belly.
Oh, it's gonna have thousands.
Okay, not
I've
thousands.
done stuff like that.
You're gonna
like,
lose
there's
bear
a-
follow.
there
I
has
wonder.
been-
I always think because my pictures get sent like crazy. It's
Go
always
from
like,
1,000 downloads a week to
bruh,
800.
I'm always getting like, oh, this picture was sent. I check it. I'm like, bro, I'm like 60 people sent this picture to somebody else. But I always think, like, I remember my cousin got pregnant and she showed me. I mean, sent it to me. She had like 400. Like people sent it to somebody else.
I'm one of those people. I'm sending. If someone drops the pregnancy, I'm sending it. I'm like, yo, like, because you guys need to see this. I'm a sender. I will tell you, I'm a sender. If you drop something shocking, I am one of those sends.
Actually, I won't lie. I am too. Yeah. If it's on like, whoa, like, yo, you see this? I might send this still. But I always wonder, but if it's like a selfie, like, what do you send? Who are you sending this to? What are you sending that
No,
for?
sometimes
What do you
you'll
say?
get. If
I do that
I
more than
think-
you.
Yeah,
Really?
if a girl, no, sometimes
Like if a
someone
girl's looking
will-
bad, I'll send it to one
Yeah,
of my
someone
other
will
friends.
send
Like,
it,
bro,
and I'll be like, "Yo,
this
oh
is-
my gosh, she's so fire!" Like something
yeah.
like that. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like compliments.
I hope it's compliments.
Yeah.
Sometimes I be looking at like, what y'all niggas talk about? 50 cents? What y'all 50 people saying? What are y'all saying?
It's probably compliments or
Let's
like
hope so.
some sort of raunchy compliment.
Raunchy.
Yes.
So to go into this now, if I post a picture, right, and I like to, first of all, I'm the type of person, I wouldn't say that I'm a thirst trapper. Like my Instagram's not all like ass, but I do like to show my body sometimes. Cause first, other person is my body like this forever. One day things are gonna sag, weight might get gained, things might not sit the way it's sitting now. So I go to the gym 5 days a week. I like to show how I am evolving, and I like to show how things are looking, right? Because I'm not gonna look like this forever. So I'm not gonna be butt ass naked on the ground, but you know, a little cleavage, a little bikini pic. I'm never mad at it, ever. I love it. If you are listening, and if you're my future man, I will never stop posting provocative pictures. And I'm not saying that I need to. I just like the way I look, and I also like to share how I take care of my body. Like I said, I'm not being no Instagram hoe. I don't have thongs and whatever, but I do. You know, if I'm on the beach, I have show my little cakes. If I'm wearing a nice little low cut top, I'm gonna show my titties. Not my titties like nipple, but cleavage. Point exactly, right? So when men come to say, you know, you don't have to work for pictures no more. You know, where are the women who cover up their bodies, who are not showing their breasts and their ass, who are working? It's like, okay. Now think about all the women you've ever wanted to pursue or have sent pictures, right? Who have done this send, oh, look at this baddie. Are they covered up completely all the time?
Like I said on the last
Sometimes
episode,
they are.
Okay, all the time. They don't have
Not
a
all-
single raunchy photo or a
no.
single like little
Most of the time it is.
on their Instagram, right? So why don't y'all go for the women who are completely covered up all the time? Because they are there. They exist. Okay, so go for them then. Why do you need to speak on the women who like to show their bodies? Okay, so go for the girls who are saying, oh, I don't show my body. Look at me. Okay, so go for her. What's stopping you? What is it?
I think,
Because are they waste?
I'm the wrong person to ask this because on the last episode, like I said, I love hoes. So
It's not even about hoes.
Yeah, but you guys know what I mean. Just in general, I'm not that type of person that's like she posts pictures of whatever. But I do, in general, I do think that, yeah, guys are weird where it's like the women that we want to pursue are a certain type of way. Like you said, they might be like showing provocative stuff. But it's almost like kind of what Kanye did with Kim before, where it's like Kim is Kim, Kanye wants Kim as Kim, and then now Kanye's with Kim and he doesn't like Kim being Kim and he wants her to stop posting that type of stuff. So it's
that the narrative? Is that what?
Remember when Kanye said he didn't like her posting photos of her body and.
But I don't think he wanted her being like, 'cause remember, she did like a full like nude, like pussy out photo shoot. I don't think he approved of that one. But I don't think he cared about like, I don't know, I could be wrong. But I think it was that, because that photo shoot, I was like, oh, you can see like lips. Like her vagina was out.
But in general, I do think that like, usually like the girls that cover up, some of them may not really be that exciting of people. And a lot of guys want like the excitement.
Right. So it's like, why do they always want to come on social media and do the whole, where are the whole, and the thing is like, I don't think if you show your cleavage, it doesn't make you not wholesome at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why we always equate like women, because you can always tell when a woman's Instagram is like, okay, she's definitely, you know, more provocative than the average. If you have like a bikini pic on your Instagram, okay. And if you have a low cut top and your titty, you have nice cleavage, okay. How does that equate to she's not wifey or we're the women who cover up?
Because everyone's a hypocrite, bro.
Because remember, Aisha Curry was like, I keep my goods for my man and I don't show anything on social media.
Why did you give her a Golden Girls voice?
Because she gives me
Aisha Curry.
Because she gives me Golden Girls vibes.
Ethel Curry.
But point is, I respect. I think Aisha Curry is beautiful. You know what? If you want to cover yourself up, 100% do it, right? So like I said, I cover myself up for my man, and my goodies are under my shirt, and da 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 da. And then she went on the Red Table Talk to say, "Oh, men don't look at me." So like I'm saying, what do men want?
I don't know. I think I'm also the wrong person to ask, but. When we were off air, when we were kind of talking before the show started, Tresor said one of the hardest bars I've ever heard, and he goes, "Women want women want Future to act like Russell Wilson," and I kind of think it's almost like the reverse of this. It's like, dudes,
so men want women to act like Aisha Curry.
They want an Aisha Curry to act like it's like maybe the inverse, like a little bit.
Yeah,
they want a girl that looks like the City Girls and then make her into Aisha Curry. You know,
they want Kim Kardashian to act like Aisha Curry.
But when you say act like Aisha Curry, what do you mean? So they want Kim Kardashian to cover up?
Like they want Kim as Kim, but then now that they have her, they don't want her to be so out there because it's probably, most of it usually stems from like insecurity. Like they don't want other people looking at
I think
their girl.
That's what this whole thing is.
But I mean, unless you have like your vagina spread on Instagram, I don't think it's like, or like, you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. A lot of guys are insecure. I know girls that are like, like they've done photo shoots where it's like they have a little bit of cheek hanging out and their man is furious. Like,
really?
Why are you posting that? You shouldn't. Why do you want people looking at your ass? Why do you woo woo woo? I'm like, like this isn't even that bad. Like, you see more at the beach. So yeah, guys are fried, bro. I don't know.
My motto is if I'm on the beach and I'm wearing what I wear on the beach, I'm taking a picture in it. If I'm wearing something that makes me uncomfortable, I'm not taking a picture in like my underwear, like thong in my bedroom. That's not my type of vibe. I know girls who do that. That's not me. But if I'm on the beach in a little thongkini, I'm taking a fucking picture. I'm wearing it in front of all these people. Who cares? You know what I mean? And it's also like relevant to the setting. So it's like, why are men like, or some men get to that weird like, oh, my woman needs to be covered up.
It's insecurity.
I can't chalk it up to anything else.
It's literally just insecure. A lot of guys are very insecure and they try to hide it in their masculinity, But it shows in a lot of ways. They do that to women, and even the way that they act towards other men shows their insecurity. Like I said, I've tweeted this probably yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've been followed and unfollowed and followed and unfollowed, like by women that get into
By the same women?
Yeah, like the same. Like a girl will get a man, unfollow me, follow me back again. They break up. They get back together, unfollow me again. Follow me back, and it's like, yeah, my man didn't want me following you, and it's like, bro, why? Like, I'm not even. It would be different if I'm like actively trying to pursue the girl, and the guy's like, yo, why is this guy talking to you so much? If I'm just living my life, like I'm just here, and your man wants you to unfollow me for what? I'm not even. That's literally just insecurity.
This brings another question. If you're in a relationship, are you allowed to answer DMs? I shouldn't say are you allowed. Is it like if your girl answered a DM like thank you from a guy
I don't
who
think
said,
there's anything wrong with that at all.
I think thank you's okay.
Yeah, it just obviously depends on the conversation.
Okay,
if a
but
man
almost
said, yo,
9
you're
times-
beautiful, and my girl said thank you, there's nothing wrong with that.
okay, but 9 times out of 10, and I know this from experience, the thank you, men use it as a segue to get into conversation
and
or whatever.
What
He
did you
has
do
the
after the
right.
segue?
Right, that's fair.
He has the right to say whatever he wants to say after. You don't have to say anything after.
Okay, fair.
But
Okay.
I would never ever get mad at a girl for just answering the
Because
DM.
some men see it as, well, if you're in a relationship, you should have answered me anyways. But I just like to say thank you because I'm a polite person. So if you went on my way, if you went out of your way to like comment on my picture or whatever, I'll be like, oh, like thanks.
I
And
don't
they're
think
like, oh,
anything's
so what are you saying? I'm like, okay, now
yeah.
why
Now you can just not answer.
okay.
Those are the
only
ones
question.
that are like kind of shaky, where it's like if I find out a girl has a man, but she's still like giving me energy in the conversation, then I'm like, okay, their relationship probably.
What do you mean by
isn't
giving you energy?
like?
Like, what if the thank you has an emoji next to it?
I always do emojis though.
Like a.
No, I'm saying you know that I'm.
Y'all taking it too far now.
No, I never said that.
Because what if I do like a thank you with like a white heart? I always use the white heart.
White heart's fine, but like it would have to be like one of 3 emojis that would be really like.
So that thank you tongue emoji?
That's kind of
That's kind of like, why'd you put the tongue emoji?
That's kind of wild.
Anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
But yeah, what was I saying? Nah, if you have a boyfriend and you know that I'm interested in you and you're actively engaging in conversation back and forth, even if like maybe I said something flirty and you didn't flirt back, but you didn't like shut down the flirt, then it's kind of like, okay, I don't really think this girl's relationship is as like solid as they make it seem. Or you don't really rate your man that much. Because don't sleep. There is a big category. There's a lot of girls that don't rate their boyfriend. You know, I don't know if they're just in the stage where they already emotionally broke up with him and didn't actually break up with him yet, or they just don't really respect them in general. But there are girls that do not rate their man at all, and it's crazy to see. And
What do you
no
mean
way I
do
would
not
wanna-
rate their man? Because I feel you can't be with someone and not rate them.
Yes, you can.
What do you
yes,
mean?
you can. Zo,
How are you doing that?
I don't like how quick I said that.
So I've had women that are in full.
You've not rated your exes, Glenn?
No,
I'm
not me.
I'm not saying me.
It's okay, admit it.
No, now I don't. Some of them I'm like, I can't believe I did rate them at the time. But no, not someone who I was currently with, and I'm like, I'm with this person, and I do not rate them. No.
That's what I'm saying. How is it-
I've had women in full committed relationships, like boyfriends on their Instagram,
Yeah, this type
posting
of shit.
paragraphs about their man, be in my DMs actively trying to sleep with me. You don't rate your man. There's no
Okay,
way
I see what you
can
mean
spin
by
that.
this. But they don't say like, yo, I don't rate my man.
No,
they don't,
no one's gonna
okay,
say
okay,
that.
that's
But
what I
you
mean.
say
Like,
through your act, like through
oh,
your
okay, I see
actions.
what you mean. Okay, yes, I understand that. Yeah.
That's so crazy to me. Because imagine you're just at home living your life, and your girl is talking crazy in a man's DM, sending them like nudes and stuff. That's
Sending you
crazy.
nudes?
That is crazy.
And they
to
have a
me.
boyfriend?
That's crazy.
On the
to me.
social media aspect of this, then like we're saying like, oh, replying to a DM. Like, what about like follow backs? You know,
I don't think follow backs.
What do you
are
mean
bad.
follow backs?
Like if you're in a relationship,
you're following him. You know,
Following who?
you know how like you were saying like dudes will be like, well, they'll get their girl to unfollow a dude.
Not
Don't
happening.
ask me about who I follow.
Yeah, no.
Don't ask me about likes. Don't ask me about who I follow. Like,
If you ask me to unfollow someone, we're gonna have a serious conversation because we're not doing that. And I hate girls. We talked about this about girls who get their man to unfollow.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that. That is so whack to me. Because that you already lost. Like, you're already so threatened that you want your man to unfollow this girl because what?
I've been there.
I mean,
See,
unless this
yeah,
girl
me
is
too.
like sending him unsolicited nudes and squirting videos and stuff like that, I'd be like, yo, block this bitch right now.
Squirting.
It is
but
when you
even
know you
so,
lost, though.
do I have to block them? Like,
Okay, well, it's like, well,
just not. I just won't answer.
I guess.
What's the difference?
I guess.
If I'm not answering, why do I have to block her?
Okay, well, at least delete the message. Don't look at it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that, but like,
Like, I don't want them in, like, I don't want it in your DMs.
blocking is a little extreme.
Okay, fine. Don't block her. That is extreme.
So
but
if-
I want the message, delete the message. Because why is she sending you?
So if a girl
But
did
stop.
send you squirting,
But my thing
videos-
is, what if she's continued, like, she sends you a video, like, every week?
just don't look at it. Like, do you know how many? I think it also depends.
So if
who
a
you-
guy was sending your girl a dick video every week,
don't look at it.
so you're like, yo, babe, just don't look at it?
Just don't look at it,
Shut the
bro.
fuck up, Tristan.
You wouldn't suggest blocking?
You're not going to suggest, yo, then block him. Why is he sending these fucking unsolicited dick pics?
Yes, but I also think this is another type of like double standard type of situation where it's like guys have been like that's regular. Guys,
It's regular for, do you want to see my?
No, I'm saying it's regular that guys will be weird and send unsolicited pics all the
for
time.
sure.
And it's
Yeah,
regular that girls would just block, like girls block easily, like for less. Girls
Right.
block for less. So, okay, yeah, you know, you could block the guy sending you mad weird dick pics. Guys, we don't really, like, that's not really a thing that we do.
But I don't even block the guys who send me dick pics. I just delete the message, to be
And it's
honest.
also,
So I get it.
It also depends on who your man is. Like, for instance, like for me, if I get to a level where there's constantly girls constantly sending me nudes and whatever, or if you're super famous, say you're like Drake or someone, and
Oh,
Drake's
well,
in a
that's-
relationship or
yeah.
someone that, do you know how many people you would have to block every day? You can't keep up with that. Just don't look.
But I mean, if you're like a regular guy, you have like 1,500 followers, 2,000 followers, and there's just one girl that you follow that just keeps sending you pussy pics.
And I just don't think you have to engage with it at all. Because you're
I
not
think-
going to keep seeing, like, unless you're opening it, you're not even going to know that that's happening. Just don't look at it. I don't think you have to block them.
Okay. Well,
Because I don't know. I have a weird thing with blocking where I feel like me blocking someone, it shows them that they won. Like you got to me so bad that I can't even stand the sight of seeing you. And I have too much pride.
yeah.
I have too much pride. And
I'm personally not a blocker.
I used to be that way, but my peace means way too much to me.
But it depends what it is. If it's just someone
Depends, yeah, it does
talking
depend.
shit,
Yeah.
I'll block them. Yeah, but if it's just someone like,
I feel like I've blocked like old work that like I fell out with only because
I've
like
never done
to me it's like, nigga, you're not gonna see my shit. Like, you know, to me it's like I see it as like, oh yeah, like you're not finna watch my stories and see what I'm doing.
but I'm the opposite. And girls that
Yeah,
I fell
that
out
makes
with, I want you to see me. I want you to see how lit I'm becoming.
I don't want you to have that
I want you
privilege.
to cry, eat your heart out. That damn, I slipped on him and look at him now.
This podcast has gotten me blocked from a few people. So,
Why?
because it's like, you're out, it gets retweeted. People see you like certain places and they don't want you on their feed, So it's like,
Oh.
yeah, but you take that approach. It's like, hey, I'm going to be everywhere. You're going to have to block me. You're
Yeah,
going to have to do
like,
everything to not see
I'm
me.
lit now. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
I didn't know this podcast got you blocked.
good,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
He's lit now. What are you guys gonna say? He's lit. So what? Like,
See where this podcast got you blocked.
In
By how
season
many
1,
women?
too. Like, just 2.
2 have blocked you.
Yeah.
and it's gonna be more because he's lit now.
Because he's
Going
lit now.
up. Like, what are you talking about? That's wild.
I don't know for sure that it's because of that, but I just know. I remember doing some due diligence, and after we had like one of our bigger episodes, I remember being like, "Oh,
See, but I love that. I love
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I love knowing
love it too.
that you're seeing me now.
Yeah.
Like for instance, another time when I took that in was like when I got verified and I posted the picture. Do you know how much sends of just like the screenshot of me getting verified? That I'm like, what are you guys talking about? like,
who is having that conversation?
yeah, like what are you guys saying? And it wasn't even a picture of me. It's a picture of my account just with the verified check. And it got sent like 100 times. What are you guys saying?
They're definitely clowning you. They're either clowning you, like, look at this nigga. Like,
It's either people
it's either they're hating
or girls that are like, oh wow, I guess this was my first blue check.
Or look at this celebrity, look at this
Birdman
superstar, LOL.
Like, yeah,
look at the celebrity now.
I guess I did end up with a blue check. Like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's them too. But if you're hating, keep hating because you're gonna keep seeing me and I'm gonna keep shining. And you guys are still working at Bath and Body Works.
My sister works there. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. I don't diss Bath and Body Works.
We love the 3-wick.
We love
She's
some
young,
Bath and Body
okay?
Works.
And
No,
little
I'm
sister
talking
is
about the guys that try to flex, but you work at Trader Joe's. You know.
Don't do that either, because didn't the
I'm sorry, I don't want to diss Trader Joe's. You just work somewhere that doesn't match the lifestyle that you try to portray on social media. Let's say that. Let's just say that. I don't want to diss anybody's job. There's nothing wrong with working at Bath and Body Works or Trader Joe's. I'm sorry.
That was so disrespectful.
Just
So
you
polite.
guys that are still
take it
trying to
back.
live out your glory days from high school and college, still wearing your high school Letterman jacket and you're 27, throw it away. It doesn't fit anymore. 3 of the buttons flew off already. Getting it tailored for a new size. That's crazy.
That sounds personal. Like you're speaking about someone specific.
Nigga, fuck your varsity.
You know what?
nigga.
Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to, I don't know if I should say this on here. Actually, no.
You could
Nah,
bleep it.
well, go ahead.
You could beep it out.
Not bleep it, but
I think we need to start bleeping,
Patreon.
bleeping things.
not bleeping, but I mean, like, recently I've noticed that a lot of people who I've went to high school with, who I don't like to this day, are starting to like shit and like follow shit. I'm like, nigga, fuck you, bitch, fuck you. You know, I'm a really I don't hold grudges, but I don't forget. You know what I
Same.
mean?
I'm the
I
same
don't
way.
forget. Like, and I'm seeing certain names where I'm like, oh, what, bitch? Like, are you fucking stupid? Do you forget how much of a bitch you were almost 10 years ago? 10, yeah, I said 10 years. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, are you stupid? Don't follow my shit now because you see that we're making waves. The nerve.
See, that's the other end of it. I told you I got blocked, right? All the other ones were just apologies.
Oh, so fucking rude. And there's some
That's
people.
what they do, though. They'll try and, join
There's
back.
some people who have reached out like, oh, like, I like, there's no bad blood, but like, oh, like I've seen like, you and I were like friends in middle school. I'm so glad to see. I love that stuff. But bitches that know that I don't like them or know that we had beef want to come down now. Double tap.
Do they ever be like, hey, I know I was an asshole?
No, they're just making it very present that they see my shit.
So what were you guys beefing about in high school?
It's long stories. It just bitches were just people were haters, bro. Even like old niggas in high school or like early on who used to like try to like move sick with me are now trying to like come back like, like you're doing so well, like you've grown such a beautiful woman. It's like, nigga, you chose that one.
Nah, okay, hold on.
You
Let's
chose
just-
the white girl. Don't come to me with that bullshit now. And she
feel
wasn't
like-
even elite milk.
I feel like
Sounds
you,
personal.
you kind of have
Maybe
to
it was.
sometimes cut some people some slack.
Why?
Unless they were being disrespectful. If it's disrespectful, that's different. If it was just like, oh, you never wanted to holler at me in high school, but now that I look good, you want to holler at me. Yeah.
No, it's not even like holler at me. It's more just like you knew what you were doing back then,
like
right?
there are people that look. Hold on, I'm gonna I can't show you guys because I'm not gonna show the people, and also I'm not gonna get caught. But I want to show these people something really quickly, and I sent this in the group chat. I was a sender. I was like, okay, so so you guys look. So this
oh my
girl,
God.
right?
Who is that? Sorry, I
Right?
shouldn't laugh.
So
Who is
there,
that?
I'm showing them a before picture of a girl, right?
Okay.
If this girl tried to talk to you in like high school, you probably wouldn't have talked to her, right?
Stop. Just so
Look at what this girl looks like right now. So there's no way that she could try to front on me for not really vibing with her when she looked like the before, and you look like that, and there's no way anyone would have knew that that's how you were.
So are you calling me unattractive in high school?
Where did you get that from?
Just
What I
start saying
said?
you were
you're
beat in high school.
Why'd you bring up that example?
Well, I don't know what you looked like in high school, but if that was the case and you weren't really like, you didn't bloom yet.
The thing is, it's like, that wasn't even the case. Like, I definitely think I glowed. Like I wasn't like
Everybody did.
for sure. Like high school, I was
looked
still
like Franklin in grade 9.
Yeah, I still wasn't like I don't think I was, but I don't think I was like. Obviously, my body's much more developed now. Like I think my features, I still kind of look the same. I think I still, I've matured. Like my face is like matured, whatever. But it's like I was still pulling niggas in high school. But it's just like certain niggas tried to move to like level up to the white girls, or you know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta move to the light, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's like, bro, like don't come now.
I feel that.
Try to act like, oh, like you're doing such great shit. Like you did blah, blah. No. And there's niggas that like who know like, yo, I fuck with you, like you're my dog. But there's other ones like, yo, don't fucking do that.
Let's talk about that though. People that peaked in high school, that must have sucked.
Oh, for sure. Cause now they all have terrible BBLs.
That's crazy.
I know so many girls who guys like put on a pedestal in high school who clearly peaked in high school, and now it's like, where are the girls that you guys were talking about who had the fatty? Where is she? The girl with the good hair.
That's crazy.
Are you still dating her? Oh, you're not. Why? Oh, interesting. Yeah. What happened to her? Oh, she's pregnant. So she has 4 kids. Got it.
Why did they always end up having like multiple kids?
Nothing's wrong with having the kids.
Because you know what it is? It's those girls in high school that looked super good always talked to older guys like outside of high school, and the older guys always ended up like breeding them.
Yeah.
And that's so weird. That's a whole other conversation in itself. And I thought that was weird from high school, where like guys in cars are picking you up from high school, like the grade 10s are talking to college guys. And I'm like, what are you guys, like, talk to the girls your own age, bro. Why are you talking to the 15-year-olds, the 14-year-olds? That's so weird.
That is fucked up. Yeah. I feel like if you're in grade 12 dating a college guy, it's not that bad. Like you're in grade 12 and your boyfriend's in first year. But I also feel like even though it's only a 1-year gap, it's still a crazy like mental gap. Like university and college versus high school are 2 very, very, very different environments. Yeah. So for your relationship to survive high school versus university and college, that's a strong ass relationship.
It is.
It's
toast.
rare.
It's toast.
Yeah, because what you're going through in college versus what the fuck they're going through in university or in high school, not comparable. Not comparable at all.
And I always had that foresight, and a lot of people just didn't listen to me. One of my homies was like, yeah, my girl's going to this school, so I'm going to go to this school too. I'm like, no, like this cannot be why you're going to this school, because you guys are not going to be together. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Where was it? Who said it? Or was it like a viral tweet where it was like a guy had a scholarship to play ball at some school, and he didn't take the scholarship to go to school like with his girlfriend, and the internet was toasting him.
Yeah, that's very stupid.
Imagine that's like your son. You put him through basketball camps, training for 19 years of his life. He got an offer. You blood, sweat, and tears. You drove him hours to AAU tournaments, and he's telling you, I'm not taking the scholarship because I want to go to school with Lisa? What?
Lisa, too.
If I knock you out and put you on that plane myself, like, you're going.
I don't think that's how it works.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, fuck.
That's crazy.
Lesson of the day, kids. Don't fall in love. No, I'm kidding.
Jeez, yo, someone wants to end on such a bitter.
Look at Tristar's picture. Like, I mean, she ain't lying. No, I'm kidding.
I've never.
But lesson of the day is don't put too much weight on relationships,
and don't transfer schools for elite milk.
Are we gonna do the elite milk conversation, or is this how we're gonna end off the podcast?
Elite milk.
Anyways,
I'm quite fond of Sandra too.
We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. This has been a long Black History Month, a little bit of a scary one, but we made it through. Hope you guys celebrated Black love and Black success and Black people past the 28 days. But there were some rough patches this month. But we're in March now, and God bless.
You know, spring break's coming up.
Is it? We're not celebrating that. We're too grown for that.
Yeah, but I just mean in general.
Okay.
That time of year usually gets crazy.
Okay. Maybe we'll have some more stories.
Like Zoe, mama, I go
Relentless.
What up, Zoe?
Relentless.
You know, someone commented, "What up, Zoe?" like on Apple Podcasts.
That's funny.
Like the topic of their review was "What up, Zoe?" I was like, "Ew."
Good review on Spotify now.
Can you?
You can do 5 stars.
Oh, I didn't even know
We
that.
should do like a day where we prompt people like, hey, go give us 5 stars on Spotify.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, that's dope.